Good morning, guys, and this is Coding with Gautam. And guys, today we will be talking about the CodeCombat Heroes. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, guys, so today we will be talking about what are the best CodeCombat Heroes. So first we have the basic heroes. Then we have the free heroes you can get with subscription. Then you have the heroes you should buy with subscription. So we're gonna go over them in five categories. One, short range. One, brawls where you have to fight enemies. Number two, we're also gonna talk about how they do in multiplayer. And then three, we're gonna talk about what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses. So first, let's start out with the four basic heroes. Lady at a Just Heart, Alejandro the Duelist, Sir Taran Thunderfist, and Captain Anya Weston. So, all their difficulties are easy and they're the warrior type. So there are three types: the warrior type, the wizard type, the ranger type. Then we got wizard type, the warrior type, the ranger type. So there are three types: warrior, ranger, and wizard. So these guys are the warriors. So we have the warriors. We have a ranger, a wizard, a warrior, wizard. Then we have a ranger, then a warrior, a ranger, a wizard. Then we have another warrior, another wizard, a warrior, wizard, ranger, and then we have the extra heroes, Professor Armando Hoyos, and we have Ned Fulmer. And then finally we have a warrior and we have a ranger. So guys, now we're gonna talk about the best in these categories. So in the best of warriors, since all of the four basic warriors have the same stats, we're just gonna go under one. We're gonna use Sir Thar and Thunderfist to represent all the non-subscription heroes. So now we will go and look for other warriors. So here we have warrior Hattori Hanzo. He has very good damage, which makes him good for taking on highly armored enemies, brawlers, chieftains, and he can be really good in brawls. We also have Ritik the Cold and Usara the Master Wizard, two of the best in my opinion, with their lots of skills. And this is a wizard, and her damage is about 200% of listed wizard damage, 140% of listed armor held, and 7 meters per second. So then we have Riddick the Cold, which also has 160% of delisted ranger weapons, 120% of ranger armor held, and then we have 11 meters per second. So sometimes in brawls, running away is important. You could use speed to run away from your enemies. So the fastest are, in first place we have Xana Woodheart, who is speed as she's a forest sprite, and our slowest is Okar with 4 meters per second. But he makes it up for health with 200% and 160% of warrior weapon damage. So that is the best in warrior. Then the best in wizard, we have Usara Master Wizard. At first, in my opinion, and then Hush Bomb. And last, as she doesn't have any lots of abilities, just the basic, and she deals very less damage, shown in the 1 wizard level. So now we have Ilya Shieldsmith, who is also a really good warrior with the Shield Bubble, Slam, Reflect, and Force Push, with her insane damage and insane warrior armor health, and then with her OK speed with 10 meters per second. So now we have talked about the people with most speed. Now let's talk about the people with the most damage. So, as we see, most of the extra warriors have really good warrior damage, and the most damage is given by Hattori Hanzo. Hattori Hanzo gives the most damage in the warrior. The least damage, well, the least damage may be given by Nalfar. Yes, Nalfar gives the least damage, but he makes up for it with the cast sacrifice, devour, and cast solely. So this is actually a really good person because he can summon skeletons a lot. So that is a kind of a plus. They do most of the fighting for him. And this is also possible only with Nalfar. So you can use the boss star to summon many people, but this man can specifically summon skeletons. So now we're going to talk about the people with the most health. Most health, we have Okar Stompfoot. No speed. He's a very slow unit. So he would not do good with the wrong glitch, but he does have the throw and the hurl, and he also have the stomp. So he would be really good if the enemy comes to attack him, but he would not be really good against a ranger because as a ranger can go long range with magic, Okar would just be walking slowly to them, but they would keep shooting. So there are some good and bads of Okar Stompfoot, but he is really good at health. He can sustain lots of damage, and with extra armor, he could do 200% listed of warrior armor health and 160 with warrior damage. So that is it for the categories damage, health, and speed. So now we're gonna divide them into categories. So first thing, brawls. Brawls have lots of enemies. If the enemies run to you at the early brawls, Oak or Stompfoot would be good. But in later brawls, where we have to use speed, we could use people like Narya of the Leaf, Ritik the Cold, Osara, and sometimes we could use Nalfar. And if you have really good equipment, you could use some of the warriors. And when it's an early brawl, you could start with Okar Stompfoot because most of the enemies come to the enemy, not does a long range attack, so that's why sometimes the rangers are really good with the wizards. So the warriors are also really good to use when attacking because when you go in close, you deal instant damage too, so that's a plus. Then we have multiplayer. Multiplayer abilities are everything. Some multiplayers, since subscribers were hoarding the top 10 and top 50 places, CodeCombat made some arenas like Ace of Coders where you get the same equipment, same everything, and the cleverest code wins. So, in arenas like Ace of Coders, you need the mind knowledge, but in other arenas where you can use your actual hero, Osara the Master Wizard, Ilya Shieldsmith, and Ritik the Cold, they do really good as they have lots of abilities, and these abilities can set you apart from your enemy. Then finally we have the basic overall best heroes. For me, in my opinion, I like Osara, Ritik, sometimes most of it. Then we also like Okar for his damage and the speed. Then I also like the extra heroes, Professor Armando Hoyos, who tweaks the Spanish language, and then we also have Ned Fulmer, which CodeCombat added in, and when the arenas were happening. And guys, you can also choose your team. You could go Team Armando Hoyos, or you could go Team Ned, or also you could go Team HyperX. And to learn more of that, we would need to do the CodeCombat AI League, and I will make a tour of the CodeCombat AI League in my next video. So this is it, guys, all about the heroes in CodeCombat. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. This is Coding with Gautam, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, and enjoy your week.